Leaders are too busy to attend the daily stand-up during the Scrum Teams 2-week sprint. Sounds like a problem already. But yet want to keep abreast of any escalations or risk early and often. What type of data and how often would you suggest the Scrum Master provide leadership to keep them plugged in during the sprint without too much added strain? Let's start off with you, Jake. How would you address that?
All right. So first I would look at what are the challenges the organization's facing. What matters to leadership? There's lots of data you could look at, lots of information you could consider, but again, what challenges are they looking to observe and monitor? Once that's asked, let's say it's a burn down chart, a burn up chart towards whatever metric you're driving towards. Of course, a good Scrum team is looking beyond just velocity and delivery, but looking for impediments along the way, looking for risks, flags, dependencies. Leadership, I think, is there to support the team. And so they ideally should be looking for ways they can step in and maybe coordinate across teams or business units. So making data available, transparent, having alignment on what's important to the organization and those particular teams, I think helps leaders understand when to engage and when not to engage. The stand-up is one place for the team to do their daily replanning, of course, but for leadership, their mechanism of input for their own decisions, I think, again, is supplemented by data, but is an observation to any stand-up they may attend should they be available.
Great answer, great answer. Joe, what about yourself? What type of data should they be providing leadership?
So just to build on what Jake said, I would look at it from a sprint standpoint or sprint timeline, things like the burn up. Are we experiencing multiple risks? Do we keep a risk registry of what's being asked or what's coming up? And then from a release standpoint, so how often are the teams releasing? Is there what's that cadence? What's that release cadence look like? What's the value that's being delivered? Now, from a communication standpoint with the leadership, I think there's a couple of ways you can do it. One, digitally through different dashboards if you're using an electronic tool. Also, Scrum. So maybe the teams meet with leadership on a weekly basis or a couple times a week. Maybe not if they don't have time to do that daily and they have that issue. Maybe it's just a couple times a week. So
that's actually pretty good. Well, it seems like both of you are kind of saying the same thing. Would you both agree on that?
Yes.
I think we do.
Now, you know, it's okay to have opposing views. That's all I'm saying.
One other point I'll make is something that may seem challenging but is actually really inexpensive is physical dashboards in the space. I've worked in environments where each team or each pod would have their own dashboards and metrics. And again, it serves as a beacon for leadership to be able to quickly walk the floor and see which teams are really struggling. In this day and age where so many things are virtual, having digital dashboards is great. And when we do return to work and can go back to physical spaces, having those same dashboards literally in your face can make meaningful cultural change as well.